Forever Dog.
From the spacious Forever Dog Studios in downtown Los Angeles and the satellite Forever Dog Studios in Baltimore, Maryland, this is Groomz! And now your host, Dan Gill and Eric Dodorian. Wow!
You really brought it on that announcement. You really hit that Baltimore hard.
Yeah, well, that's where you live, baby.
Yeah.
That's where you live. Yeah. That's your home. You think I'm going to... Do I throw it under the bus sometimes? Do I give it less? Okay, good.
No, you gave it... I mean, this was like... I mean, you always nail the announcement. But this time, it really felt like there was a little... you really perked up.
Well, I know we have a great episode this week. I can just feel it in my bones. We do
have a really good episode.
We got KURT BRAUNOHLER on the show this week. Okay, so already a fucking home run episode.
He's such a sweetheart, so easy to talk to.
Yeah.
And a fucking rascal. Can I tell you? A rascal.
That's not where I thought you were going with that, but I'm glad you said it.
A rat bastard. What do you think I was going to say?
I thought I don't know. I just wasn't rascal. I guess he's rascally.
A raghead? You think I was going to call him a raghead?
Yeah, I did actually. I did.
No, that's insulting.
Offensive. Yeah.
It's offensive to my people, and also he's not Arab.
Yeah. Well, it's just offensive across the board, I think.
I used to get called raghead a lot in high school.
Pre or post 9/11?
This is pre 9/11. Post 9/11,
Did they switch over to terrorist?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah, it's a good country we live in here.
That's what the one and only have I ever told you this? Or the one and only acting class I ever took was like an acting for film class.
Oh.
And it was right after 9/11. And I did a monologue. It wasn't right after 9/11. It was a couple of years after.
Yeah.
I did a monologue from The 25th Hour, which is a movie about 9/11.
Yeah. Spike Lee joint?
Yeah. Great movie. Underrated.
It is a really
it's underrated
movie.
Spike joint.
Yeah, that's a really good movie.
And I did this like really intense monologue where this dude is just like talking to himself in the mirror before he goes to prison.
Mm-hmm. And
I get done, and it's the only fucking the only acting I've ever done at this point in front of other people.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, and the teacher goes, pause. He goes, if you wanted to get a job as a terrorist right now, you could do it. That's what he said.
Wow. Backhanded compliment.
Yeah. He's like, if you move to Hollywood right now, you can get a job as a terrorist like that. I think that was like his thing.
Whoa. How did you take that? Did you take that as sort of a compliment, or I mean, how?
At that time, I was like, "Fuck yes, that's awesome," and I think it's. I mean, I do want to play terrorists.
Yeah?
I think, fuck yeah.
Yeah, just to write a passage, maybe as a.
No, just to give to what's the thing that people do with characters? They make them human. I want to humanize, the other side of it. That they're just not these
pirates.
Remember when we saw real people?
Remember when we saw American Sniper together in Highland Park?
Oh my god!
the bad guy, the terrorist in that movie, the other sniper is like a fucking pirate running around.
Yeah,
so fucking ridiculous. Clint.
It should have been just a black hole.
That was fun though. I enjoyed that. We always said we were going to go.
I love going to movies with you, and I miss going to movies with you. I wish I could go to a movie with you right now. Well, we're so air conditioned and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we could go to a movie together this August in Denver at the High Plains Comedy Festival, which we can now talk about. We can now talk about. Eric and I are going to be in Denver this August. High Plains Comedy Festival, which is, what are the dates on there, Eric? Do you remember?
No, I don't, because
August 23rd through the 25th.
My job.
August 23rd through the 25th. Eric and I will both independently and jointly be performing in Denver, Colorado. So,
and you know that hotels are my favorite thing. They're giving us a hotel. Yeah. Dan and I are going to share a hotel room, like a couple of fucking rascals ourselves.
Yeah, we can get rascally in a room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably gonna do Probably do a lot of drugs. Don't want to talk about that, but probably
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to be watching movies.
Cocaine and Molly is what I'm talking about, Dan.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm probably going to be shooting junk in my arm all weekend. That's what I...
That's too far.
What are you talking about?
You take it.
The opioid problem. I bring it home. That's my thing. I bring home the opioid problem in America. I bring it to your doorstep, and I shoot junk in my arm when I'm on the road with Eric.
You may know him as a slinger, but now look upon
now I'm slanging junk in my arm.
Crisis in America. Danielle, it's Danielle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be fun though. So if you're in the Denver area,
it's gonna be so much fun
in August. Make sure you check us and the festival out. It's a great festival.
The festival's gonna be great. We're gonna record a live Groomzillas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
it's gonna be really fun in Denver.
Not that our last live Groomzillas was a failure by any means, but I hope this one is a little more.
Yeah.
A little more live. I don't know what
that was a great show. That was a great show.
Mandy was a great guest. It was a great show.
Ill-attended, but we put on a great show, I thought.
Yeah.
I thought we killed it.
Yeah. I was in the way of you too. I gotta figure out how I perform with you live because it's totally different from performing with you.
You can't keep up. Yeah.
No, you're too.
It's hard to keep up with me.
You shine like a beacon up there. And no, I agree. Yeah. People don't want to see me when Eric Dodorian is on stage. Let me tell you that.
No, that's not fucking true. Everybody wants to see you and hear you. It was the week before my wedding, and so I had some extra juice.
You had a lot of juice at the time.
I had a lot of the juice, the good juice.
Mm-hmm. You always got the juice, man. That's my point.
That's not true. That's not true. I bombed insanely hard. But 3 days ago in Washington D.C.
With Alan, or
yeah, I was opening for Alan. When Alan was here when we recorded last week's episode. The day after that, I just bombed so hard. There were these 3 businessmen dudes. Businessmen are not my demo. My demo is women and young women. That's it. I'm not here for dudes. I don't give a fuck about dudes. But these 3 business dudes, were right in the front, and they just stared at me the entire time.
Good.
They just stared at me the entire time. They hated me.
Yeah, good. Well, speaking of hating and bombing.
Tell me.
That's not a transition. I'm just looking at the clock. It's 9 o'clock. It's 9.
Oh my God! Is it already 9 o'clock?
It's time for Nup News at 9, Eric. It's Nup News at 9. It's 9 o'clock somewhere.
Get your
Nuptial news at 9 here on Groomzillas, which again we prefer if you listen to it on the 9s or at 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. So stop your podcast now and wait for that to roll around.
So you can get that real nup for that ass. That's funny. Some nup news for that ass.
Nup news for that ass comes to us this week. Oh my God. Listen, disclaimer, this is a TMZ article, Eric, okay? And they...
you know how I feel about them.
Well, they support Trump, and they support bad people, and they're just generally bad for society, in my opinion. But
yes,
this I thought we had to talk about this. This is a news about Donald Trump.
Hit me.
Wedding crasher. Donald Trump dropped in on a ceremony, made a surprise appearance. Our sitting president, Prez number 45, jumped in and crashed the wedding of Gerald Papa and Jenna Buchholz, who were having their wedding at the Trump National Golf Course in Bedminster Township. Showed up, took a picture with the couple, and they look happy to be with him, which is interesting. And he disgustingly gave the bride a kiss on the cheek.
Ew. What a piece of shit. Also, what the fuck? You are running a country. What are you fucking doing?
Yeah.
Crashing weddings.
Running a country into the ground. Hello.
How do you not... Also, how do you not have enough juice to be invited to a wedding when you're the president?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They didn't even know he was coming. I mean, they planned their wedding at the Trump golf course, which is cool. But yeah, he dropped in on Marine One. Chopper showed up and popped in to greet their guests unannounced. Shook hand, posed for pics, and told the crowd to take care of the happy couple. Okay, Don.
Man.
Eric, what do you do if Don shows up at your wedding you're at?
Oh, we're having fist fights.
Yeah?
We're going to have fist fight. I'm probably going to create some sort of diversion for the Secret Service, because obviously there's going to be some Secret Service there. So, and I probably have to fist fight a couple of Secret Services before I get to the president himself.
Yeah.
I've definitely thought about it. Because I don't want to like fight him or kill him, but I want to throw something at him for sure.
Yeah.
And I want that to be something that hits him in the face.
Yeah. That's fair. I think you're pretty reserved for your feelings towards the president. I'm not going to say what I want to do to the guy, but it's a little more than throw something at him.
I want to fucking throw. Well, I mean, because I have a family, and
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to go to jail for the rest of my life, and I don't.
Same here, and that's like something where, like, in a matter of months or years, they could be like, throwing people in jail for saying things.
I have a theory that if push comes to shove, literally, I don't think the Secret Service is ready to die for this mother. Like, I don't think anybody on the Secret Service is going to take a bullet.
Yeah, when you were saying you were going to, well, of course they will, because he's the president, and that's their job.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think they will. I think that, like, he makes them do all this stupid shit and, like, go to fucking Florida.
They definitely will. They're military people. They like, that's their whole thing. They answer to the commander-in-chief. It's like a duty to country more than it is to the man. You know what I mean? It's like to the country.
But
yeah,
all this Russia stuff.
I know. I did think about that though when you were saying you were taking down Secret Services left and right. I was like, maybe those Secret Services. I don't know. Okay, so now we're talking about Trump, which is
always fun.
Always fun. But that is our NUP news for the week. So we'll close up that portion. You know what? I'd rather have a Vince Vaughn crash my wedding. Well, he's a Trump supporter too, isn't he? Shit.
Is he? No, he's not.
I think so. He's pretty conservative.
I thought he was conservative, but like just short of.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look into that. Vince Vaughn. Fuck.
Yeah.
I know Owen's not. I know.
There's no way. There's no way.
Fucking way, bro. If Owen Wilson voted for Trump, I'm gonna fucking cut my fucking nose off, bro. I'm telling you that.
Yeah. If I heard that Owen Wilson voted for Trump, I'd say, "Wow."
Hit me with that again, one more time.
Wow.
No, the whole thing.
Oh, the whole joke?
Yeah.
Okay. If I hear that Owen Wilson voted for Trump, I'd be like, wow.
That was good.
There you go.
That last one was the best one.
Good. I'm glad you made
really good. I can't do an Owen Wilson to save and believe me, boy, oh boy, have I tried.
Oh, well, all I can say is wow. And then you asked me to do anything else. I'm at a loss.
Wait, maybe. No, that's more Luke. That's Luke. That's Luke.
Was that your earnest and honest attempt?
Huh?
All right. That's NUP News. NUP News at 9.
NUP News. Fat ass.
Boy, you better keep that going.
Yeah. I think that's what you do. This is how you perform with. Here's my thing. I think that you performing live, like you're used to performing with
the idiots, two other friends.
But like specifically, David is a loose cannon fucking rageaholic. He just wants to yell at people.
Yeah.
And Colin just wants to noodle on his fucking shredder.
He noodles. Yeah, he's got a shredder.
That's what I call a guitar, shredder.
Okay, we caught that.
Yeah.
I usually play straight man, just talking guy. So that works.
But you also carry that. You're the host. You're like the head of the snake, aren't you? Of the idiots. I would say that.
Okay. Yeah. Head of the snake eating its own tail. Come to Idiots the first Wednesday of every month. We are.
Go check it out.
Clubhouse in Los Feliz here in Los Angeles. No show this Wednesday because it's the 4th of July. Hey, Eric, happy 4th. It's the 6th now.
I think I'm going to try to burn my American flag underwear and protest. Is that? It's underwear though. It's fine, right?
I mean, there's some sort of statement there, but you also wear it around your ass and your junk. So,
is it against the rule? Is it against the rules? Like, can I go to jail for burning? Like, can you burn any American flag stuff?
No, I think it's just a flag. I think you could burn your American boxer shorts.
Oh, okay. Just like an actual flag. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the fun part with like all the flag people who are like get all pissing and moaning about the flag, and then they just like wear it on their bathing suits and their beach towels and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking burn my fucking American flag underwear, I think.
By the way, burning are the bridge with any listeners who are like somewhat conservative listen to this podcast, but I don't know if I care.
Because it's not conservative. This isn't about conservatives or liberal. This is about white supremacists or not white supremacists.
Yeah, or fascism or not.
That's it.
Okay. Oh my God, do you hear that music? Eric,
what is it?
What is that? Oh my God.
It's so beautiful.
It's lovely. It's as if angels came in here and it's time for I do's, I don'ts. Keep that music playing. Play that music. Every week I hear that song and I think
I needed that. I needed that just now.
Yeah, I always need it. And every time I hear it, I think to myself, quit, you fucking loser. You're never going to top that.
You're never going to make anything that fucking beautiful, man.
No. Why are you even trying? Why are you even alive?
Yeah.
Not only quit, die.
Yeah. You can't do anything like that, man.
Nobody can.
No, man. Not even Paul McCartney, dude. Not even Ringo, man. Not even Ringo, dude.
Ringo.
That's how you say it.
Yeah. This is a good one this week. I do's, I don'ts. This comes to us from Food and Wine. Taco Bell weddings are on the rise.
Okay.
Taco Bell weddings are on the rise. Here's how many weddings the fast food chain's Vegas flagship have held since getting married last year. They've had 60. Is this right? 60 weddings since opening their flagship Taco Bell chapel, I guess you would call it. And they have 25 more planned for this season. People are getting married at a Taco Bell in Las Vegas, Eric. Okay, you're already shaking your head.
No.
Couples can also purchase an entire wedding package, which includes a Taco Bell garter, bow tie, sauce packet wedding bouquet, just married t-shirts, Taco Bell champagne flutes, a Cinnabon wedding cake. What do they? I guess there's a crossover there. And a Taco Bell 12-pack. Okay, just a 12-pack. I do, I don't. Taco Bell wedding. Eric, are you on board or off?
Here's the thing. This is for fucking I like irony. People who love ironic stuff. And this is probably going to be rich people, super rich people who don't want to who just spend their money on stupid shit.
Yeah.
And then they go like poor people who actually need to go eat at Taco Bell or like that's like nobody's gonna fucking want to do a Taco Bell wedding.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first as well. Then I kind of looked into it. Some of it is people who met at Taco Bell and Taco Bell employees.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
if you met at Taco Bell, that's cool.
Yeah. That's the only, and I think that's the only way it sort of makes sense. The thing that you're thinking, and my feeling was the irony thing, like, oh, we got married at a Taco Bell.
So dumb.
It's
so
like
when
dumb.
Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that even funny? If you don't have any connection to the Taco Bell, is it funny? I mean, this is your wedding, you guys. Like, I get it. We're in Vegas. We're having fun, but like, let's just go to the little white wedding chapel or whatever it's called, like the Vegas kind of quick wedding.
Yeah.
So you're and I don't.
I just hate people who are rich or who grew up rich who are into like shitty stuff for laughs, because there are people who are like into like cheaper stuff because that's all they can afford, and I hate that. Right. And
then when the rich troll with like the common folk, so to speak.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
That being said, Taco Bell's really good.
Do you like Taco Bell? I don't like Taco Bell.
I do. I like how innovative they are with their food ideas.
Stop it. Stop it.
Innovative?
Stop.
What? Is that so curious?
You're getting a little too curious this week with
your mood right now is very peculiar to me. It's very peculiar. And I'll tell you another thing. There are not a lot of Taco. First of all, another thing.
Yeah.
Is having grown up in Southern California and lived in Los Angeles for a long time, there's taco trucks everywhere that are cheap.
Yeah.
And good.
There was some at my wedding. I had a taco. Oh my God. I kind of had a Taco Bell wedding, but it was taco truck. It wasn't at a Taco Bell.
And also it's a corporate. Pepsi owns Taco Bell and like.
Yeah. Taco Bell's pretty corporate. I'll agree with you there.
Yeah. Taco Bell's, I've seen, it's a franchise.
It's a fucking franchise and a bad one. Listen, if I'm going to get married at a taco place, it's going to be Taco John's, which is a Midwestern chain. Nobody knows it out here. You probably don't know it.
Oh my God. Taco John's is so good.
Taco John's is a superior fast food. It's not even Mexican food. What do you call it?
It's like Tex-Mex, but without, it's like Midwest Mex.
It's Midwest Mex. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's great.
They're so good though. Like flour tortillas.
Yeah,
cheese whiz and like
potato lay burritos. They got their tater tots. They call them potato lays. Get out of town.
Oh my God!
And my favorite detail about Taco John, which David Van Huysen discovered, is they have this annual commercial they've been playing for years, where they for Christmas they sing, what's the Mexican Feliz Navidad. So they sing that in their commercial. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of our hearts and from Taco John's.
They didn't put it in there.
Yeah.
They just added it at the end.
They added it at the end.
That's classy. That's classy. That's a classy move, I think.
But Eric, they did that. You know how they do that? They bought the rights to Feliz Navidad, which means Taco John's owns the rights to Feliz Navidad.
I don't know how I feel about that, but
I'm okay with that.
I love that song.
I'm okay.
I love that song.
Yeah, and I think they improved on the song.
Taco John's is so good.
It's so fucking good.
My God. One time I ate I was so drunk and someone just put a fucking sack of soft tacos in front of me and I think I ate like 17 before I even looked up.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's me in high school. Taco Tuesday. That's lunch, baby. Some crispy tacos. And
you listen to Taco Daniel. Oh my God. Taco. What's up, Taco?
Eric, I think they have Taco John's in Denver. Where we'll be this August if you want to catch us.
Do they have, what's the fucking German, what is it called? I don't know if Colorado has them. The Rumga? Not Rumga. Oh my God, I'm going to get killed by my Omaha friends right now. Runza. That's what it's called.
Oh, I don't know it.
It's like a German fast food. It's like, they're just like chimichangas essentially.
Okay.
We're going to cut
We're
going to cut this out.
I hear the music playing already. It's fine. Let's play the music. That's good music. Wait, did we sum up? You and I basically were both I don'ts for Taco John's, but we'll do a taco. Wait, I'm an I do for Taco John's, but no.
I'm an I do for Taco John's for sure.
Yeah, no Taco Bell.
No.
All right. How you feeling, Eric? You want to take a break and get to our guest?
I need to go. I probably need to stretch, get my mind right, because this guest is a whiz banger. It's KURT BRAUNOHLER. He's awesome.
Will be joining us in studio after this break. Thanks for listening.
For that ass.
All right, welcome back to Groomzillas. We have KURT BRAUNOHLER here. Hi,
Hello.
KURT.
Hi. What's up, everybody?
Hi, KURT.
Thanks for joining us here on the only wedding planning podcast by grooms, for grooms, and everyone in between.
Happy to be here. Former groom, current husband.
Yeah, I guess none of us are grooms anymore. We're
reformed grooms.
Yeah.
You rode your bike here.
I rode my bike here. First time riding my bike to a place in Los Angeles. I used to ride in New York all the time.
Yeah.
And then I don't actually even have a bike anymore. It's like
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I bought my wife a bike like right when we moved here. And then that was kind of more of a present that I would have wanted and that she doesn't want because she has never ridden it. But luckily, so I ride like a bike like 5 times too small for me. But yeah, it's totally fine. It's a nice bike.
Yeah. What got into you today that said, "Hey, I'll just bike down there"?
It was Eric encouraging me to take public transit down here, and I looked at it and I technically could, but I'd have to take an Amtrak to the Purple Line, and I was like, I can actually do that because I'm in Atwater and take the Glendale station. Yeah. And I'm like, I could do that. And then I was like, well, I'll just ride my bike to the train station. And then once I got the bike, I was like, oh, I can ride along the river the whole way almost.
Yeah, it's nice.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It took double the time it would have taken to drive, equivalent amount of time it would have taken on public transport.
Yeah.
And I got to stop and have a po' boy on the way.
There you go.
Yeah, catfish po' boy, baby.
Where'd you do that? A catfish po' boy.
Yeah, it's like 3 blocks from here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you got your heart racing. You got your workout in for the day.
I got my work in for the day, man.
You got your dwarfs.
Yeah,
you got your dwarfs jazzed.
I dwarfed
jazzed
out,
your dwarfs. Catfish is the only seafood that I like. I like shrimp too, but catfish is like the only. I don't know why.
That's like the weirdest thing to say. It's like saying that you only like the shittiest meat.
Yeah, that's a bottom feeder right there.
It's like you can taste. I feel like when I eat catfish, I can taste it feeding off the ground.
Yeah. I've only had it a handful of times, and I've just seen you look at the face of the catfish. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna eat that.
Have you seen these noodling videos? These like lady noodling videos online, Instagram. It's a whole thing.
Noodling.
Yeah. So noodling is a thing in the South they do with these giant catfish. Like I'm talking catfish like bigger than your arm. And they go and they sit in holes in the mud. And so then, you like tickle their mouth until they think your hand is a fish, and then they grab on. Then you grab the inside of their gills and wrestle them out of their hole. And it's like the main one is this like really hot,
she's like a cute
22-year-old.
And you don't know what she's doing.
You don't know what she's doing. And then she pulls out this fucking giant fucking 3-foot catfish on her arm. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oddly attractive somehow in some way. Yeah. I think that's why it's so popular.
Yeah, of course. Because it's like, what are they doing? And they're always wearing like bikinis and stuff. And then just with a fish all the way up to their elbow. Mm-hmm. It's the weirdest stuff.
Yeah. That sounds is that a Louisiana thing?
Or
is it just like a South?
I have no idea. Thing? I just saw it on Instagram. I'm like, what is this? What is going? They definitely had Southern accents.
Yeah, I don't think it's Louisiana. I think it's like I don't know where.
So that's noodling. I didn't know that was a thing.
It's called noodling. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Of course, it has a crazy Southern name.
Yeah.
What?
Catfish in the LA River. Can you imagine the catfish that would come out of the LA River and how enormous it would be?
I've seen fishing videos of there's one online if you Google it. It's a homeless man in LA fishing with a concrete block. And so he's just standing with a concrete block over his head, and then he throws it down, and then he grabs a fish, and it totally works.
Wait, he bludgeons them, or he scares them, and then he grabs them?
I guess he throws the brick in the water, which I guess stuns them, and then he reaches down and grabs them.
Interesting.
It's fucking crazy.
Wow, survival techniques. 2018.
I like dirty fish stuff. I don't fish at all. I don't care to fish. I don't enjoy it. I just like water.
Yeah. Yeah,
I love water.
Well, you rode a jet ski, right? All the way down a river?
I did.
All the way down the river?
From Chicago to New Orleans.
Yeah. You definitely like
I definitely did.
Wait, but didn't you do a thing on the LA River too? Like, didn't you like float down the LA River?
Yeah, we had the LAZ River. It was like the first.
Oh wow!
It was the first tube race for the LA River.
Wow!
And then we've taken a year off so far because of my daughter being born. And when my wife was pregnant, she was like, I shouldn't go in the LA River.
Yeah.
God, no.
Well, no, especially with the baby. Like, what is the health concern getting in either the Mississippi or the LA River? Maybe even more so.
There's a lot of
just jump in?
The LA River it's like E. coli is constantly present.
Okay.
But if you don't drink enough of it, unless you drink it, I don't think that's going to be an issue. Like just having E. coli on your skin, as long as you take a shower
going
later.
through other orifices or anything.
No, I mean, and also like we were on tubes, so like our feet got wet, and I don't even think my hands got wet. Do you know what I mean? Like my feet got wet from walking through it.
Okay.
And then maybe some splashed in my mouth, maybe. Except for there was this one girl who's from I think Alabama. Who, like everybody else, wore like protective clothing and like shoes and stuff.
Yeah.
She just wore a bikini and no shoes. And it's like the part of the LA River, like the middle part where we were doing it was downtown. So the middle part's deep and then the side part's just concrete and it's just a little bit of water. And so it's just slick with like algae and stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
And she just slid and like boom onto it. like 4 times.
Yeah.
Like each time, the first time we were like, yeah. And then the second time we're like, oh, all right.
Be careful.
And then the third time we're like, oh man, you should have worn shoes.
Are you going to die?
Oh no.
But yeah, and then the Mississippi River, there's like a lot of dangers at the Mississippi River. Because it's like, nobody goes on it unless it's a commercial vehicle. Do you know what I mean? Like nobody boats the Mississippi River.
Or if you're Grimes and Grimes is like ex-boyfriend. Did you read about that story?
Oh, what did he do? No, I didn't read about it.
Grimes, there was a story that came out when like the whole like Elon Musk and Grimes thing happened. Her ex-husband or ex-boyfriend was like a Huck Finn LARPer. He dressed up as Huck Finn and tried to tried to build a houseboat to float down the Mississippi River, and it like immediately fell apart, and they had to get like towed out.
Oh, yeah.
There were some there. I remember like maybe 10 years ago, there were some like street artist people who made a raft and did the entire Mississippi River. Like, you know, That's Swoon, cool. That girl Swoon. Swoon's like a big New York street artist, but she and it was like a bunch of other people, and they actually like built this like pirate like out of
log raft kind of thing.
Log raft,
yeah,
and like they could live in it, and they like went the entire way.
Oh, okay, so they had to be
awesome.
Very dangerous though.
Yeah, well, you did it on a jet ski. That I imagine that's
There's other dangers in a jet ski. I mean, I can't imagine doing it on like a raft because of the barges. So it's like there's like coal and gravel barges that come up the river, and it's like a barge. The barge itself is like half a football field length long. Yeah, and then it'll be one tugboat pushing 3 of those. So you're imagining like 2 football field lengths away is where the person who's driving the barge is. Yeah. And they're up high and everything. Yeah. But they can't, like, if you get in front of that, they can't, they're not stopping. Yeah. And it's just like, so that's one thing. Another thing is the current's like 10 knots an hour. Okay. So that's like fast.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with a knot.
It's like essentially a mile. Okay. It's a nautical mile.
Right. But what would that compare in mph? Do you know?
Oh, 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So 10 knots is 10 miles per hour, essentially.
Oh, and that's slightly big different. For a football field-sized craft.
Sorry, that's the current. That's just the way the water's going.
Oh, okay.
And that's real fast.
That's insane. That's really fast.
That's really fast.
To be just like on a floating thing, that's scary.
Yeah, no, it's really intense. And so then there's like lots of logs and stuff.
Yeah. So did the swoon person you're talking about, did they have like a way did they just do the oars, or how would they?
There's a picture of it in the New York Times did a whole like cover on it. Not a cut, like they covered it. Right. And that's where I read about it. So yeah, the image looked like it was a Huck Finn kind of boat. Do you know what I mean? Like, like wood on the bottom and like sticks for pushing.
Yeah. Sticks for pushing.
I don't know how they did it. I mean, it's crazy to me because at a certain point, there's no services. You know, like we actually had to get off the Mississippi River like 100 miles south of St. Louis, because then for the next 400 miles, there's nowhere to get gas or like pull a boat out at night. And so if you can't get gas, you're just kind of screwed with that. So we moved over to the Kentucky River, and then another river, and I can't tell the Tom Bisbee River, and then down to the Gulf of New Mexico, and then over to come up the Mississippi. Yeah, it was crazy.
What?
And you did it with your wife? It was just you two?
No. It was 4 web series, and so it was me and my buddy Scotty, and we did it for Comedy Central. And so there's like a whole 10-part series you can watch online about it. But we were raising money to send 500 goats and 1,000 chickens to Africa for Heifer International.
Oh yeah, that's great. Where did this? I mean, I'm sure you've talked about this before, but where does one get an idea to do something like that?
I had sold a talk show to Comedy Central that they bought from me like a talk show, web series talk show. Mm-hmm. And then when we were like, after I did this thing where I like paid a skywriter to skywrite How Do I Land? Like they were so excited about that Comedy Central was like, that was cool. Would you want to do something like that again? I was like, yeah, I want to do something like that.
Yeah.
And then that was really like the first idea I had, which was I was like, I want to jet ski across America. And then they were like, that's impossible. And then we like Scotty and I kept talking about it, and we're like, well, maybe we could do it like down the Mississippi.
Yeah.
Actually, because what I really wanted to do, I wanted to go to from Canada to Mexico. But then we just shortened it again. So we did Chicago to New Orleans.
Okay. Yeah. That's like old Manifest Destiny kind of stuff. Like that's what the old frontiersmen used to be looking for, was a water passage across America.
And it does not exist.
No, I didn't find
it. You could do if you did a raft from Canada to Mexico, you could call it like RAFTA, like NAFTA.
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah. I like that.
100%. If I do that,
thank you so much.
I will do that.
So let's jump back into your wife and the marriage theme, which I always like to shoehorn people's conversation in here into that.
No, Dan reins me in. I get all hopped up talking about jet skis and radical stuff. And
well, why wouldn't you?
And Dan will rein me in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, rein anyone in.
This is our dynamic.
How long have you been married?
I've been married. It'll be 3 years in September.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
All right.
It's crazy how quickly I've lost track.
It's already.
It might be 4 years.
Though.
It might be 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Did you get married here or in New York?
Here.
Okay.
Simi Valley, baby.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reagan country.
It is weirdly, Simi Valley. Like I didn't know. Like we scheduled the whole thing, and then found out like the whole thing with Simi Valley was like that all the cops who beat Rodney King were from Simi Valley.
Good.
It was and that was like the rep that Simi Valley has had, and like
then you got really excited.
The public consciousness. Yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. But we had everybody like stay in Ventura.
Okay.
Where I love Ventura.
The cop who arrested O.J. Simpson and fucked up the interrogation, he also lived. Like he took the bloody glove. It was like a big thing during the trial. Like took the bloody glove all the way to Simi Valley for some fucking reason because he lived in Simi Valley.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
There you go.
Is that Mark Furman? Are you talking about Furman? Or is it someone else?
The what? Who? Not Furman. The guys. What the fuck were their names? The Van Adder.
Look at you.
I think it was Van
names.
Adder.
Okay.
Yeah. Huge OJ fan.
Ventura, so I'm not familiar with Simi Valley, I guess. That's up by Ventura.
So Simi Valley is kind of like the agricultural valley that's like north of the city. So it's like if you go 2 valleys up, that's Simi Valley.
I think I just drove through that because if you go, can you get to Ojai through that way if you go a certain direction?
Yes. Kind of, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You kind of come out at Ventura and then you go up to Ojai.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about Ventura do you like?
Oh, I love it because it reminds me a little bit of Rockaway. And Rockaway, I had a bungalow in Rockaway for like 10 years in New York City. And because it's like, it's a beach community, but then it's not like shitty like Orange County, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's just like too nice place.
Right.
Like Orange County is gorgeous and it's beautiful. I love Orange County, but it's like, it's like it's all multi-million-dollar mansions on the beach and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas like Ventura is still like, there's just like weirdos hanging out, and there's like cool bars. Yeah. But then it's the beach and there's like good surfing.
Right. A little more of a blue-collar beach feel.
A little bit. It's changing fast.
Yeah.
But a little bit. Yeah. Oxnard's more that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not changing as much as I thought it was going to be. Like every time I go to, I had my ex-girlfriend lived in Ojai, so we would hang out in Ventura like a lot. Yeah. And he would like the whole time, like it's just so I love it. It's like my favorite beach to go to. It's just like wish it was closer to LA. But yeah, it just doesn't change. Yeah. It's got that main street. I love it.
It's not
the main street is really fun, and then you just got like weird old guys like drinking beer at the beach and talking story about when they used to go surfing because they're sitting there just watching people surf.
Talking story. So you and your wife met on the East Coast or out here?
East Coast, Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long did you guys date before you popped the question?
So we were dating for maybe like 6 or 8 months before we decided to move to LA. And then we moved to LA and then it was probably like a year. So almost like 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a good amount of time, but not terribly long either. Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, it was short-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it felt right.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Where do you propose at?
Did you propose on a jet ski or a skywriting plane?
No, a hot air balloon.
Seriously?
Yeah. And then like I have a whole bit about it in my stand-up, but it's like I did it because for like the whole like time we were dating, whenever I would say like, hey, I have a surprise for you, she would always say like, oh, is it a hot air balloon ride? And then I was like, oh, this is going to be so romantic. Like it's finally going to actually be a hot air balloon ride. And what I didn't realize is that she was being like, that was her being sarcastic. Like that was the thing she would want to do the least in the world.
Oh, good.
And so she legitimately had a panic attack for an hour. Oh. Like she hates heights.
Oh, fun.
Which I didn't know. Actually, she thought it would be okay, but then she got in it and she just couldn't talk. Uh-huh. So I wanted to like do it in air.
So slow.
What? They're so slow, but also they are like, you're like 2,000 feet in the sky.
Yeah.
And there's nothing underneath you.
No.
And it's just a balloon pilot.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And you hope the winds are in your favor.
It's so weird. Like they spit to like see where like what the winds are doing below them.
Okay.
It's real weird.
I guess that makes sense. It's sort of like the old lick your finger and hold it up.
Yeah. And they just like watch and see if it like moves to the left or the right as it goes down.
And then they can do nothing about that, or?
Well, no, they can only go up and down.
Right.
Yeah. So if the wind if they're going left, but when they spit, their spit goes right, they're like, oh, I got to go down and get into that right. It's that stuff to go to the right.
Gotcha. They're catching different streams.
Yeah, man.
I get it.
It's real weird.
It's like the river of the sky.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's not a lot of room in the basket, right?
Yeah, it was like a very small. I like spent extra to get the private basket, and it was like the basket ended like somewhere around my like mid thigh. Do you know what I mean? So it was like extra terrifying.
Oh my God.
Because like, you know, at the edges it goes all the way up, but then it is like in a U shape, and the bottom of the U was like mid thigh for me. So I could like I could topple out if I leaned forward.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
And then so I couldn't propose to her while we were in air. I had like wait until we landed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was that you felt the anxiety in both of you, or?
Oh no, she wouldn't turn around and look at me. She wouldn't speak. She just kept looking at the horizon, like holding on. She was just shaking the whole time.
Wow.
And there's like no way to land we had to do the whole hour because there's no like you can't land a hot air balloon early. You just have to like wait for it to crash because that's how that invention works.
Oh my God.
There's a theme in your work of like old-fashioned travel.
I'm down with that.
Oh my God. So you get down on the ground and you're both. Are you trying to get her out of the panic attack? You're like, hon, look at the spit. Did you know that's how they navigate? Or
the guy is. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm nervous because I'm going to propose. Uh-huh. The guy knows that, so he's just doing this fucking nonstop like vomit monologue of like facts about this valley we're floating through.
Oh, God bless him.
He's like, there's Janet Jackson's house. There's a Firestone, the guy who owns Firestone tires.
Cool.
It was like, there's all this shit. And I think he was trying to like give her things like just facts to like focus
just distraction.
on.
Yeah.
Never worked. She never calmed down.
Okay.
That's so funny.
But then you come back down to earth and you do decide to still go with it. I found that interesting.
Yeah. I just took her and we like landed outside of a grapefruit orchard. And so we went into the grapefruit orchard and I asked her there.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it's kind of all right.
Yeah.
It's a little acidic. It's a little too acidic, but
It smelled nice. Yeah. But like, it's like grapefruit trees that are for harvest are just like, they're just like cut down to the ground. You know, it's like, it's not they're super, it's not like a gorgeous little place. It looks like, a tree factory. With like hundreds of grapefruit rotting on the ground.
Right. So can I ask, is that where the hot air balloon pilot was aiming to land, or is that just where you land?
It's like, so you have a guy, he's like a walkie-talkie,
like
he's communicating with a guy like in a truck.
Okay.
And that guy's just like going wherever the fucking wind takes the balloon. It's so weird. It's such a weird thing.
Yeah. Wow. Got to get up in a hot air balloon.
Yeah. But was that the Nexus? I don't know if Nexus is the right word, but is that how you got the idea for how do I land this thing? Like a hot air balloon?
Oh no, that was after I did How
Oh, was it?
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, my current
that was after.
my current chronology. Yeah.
But then we did do a bit where for this pilot where we were going to try and bring the bit was we wanted to give a flightless bird the gift of flight, so we were going to try and bring a penguin up in a blimp. And then we could find neither a blimp or a penguin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so we brought a chicken up in a hot air balloon.
There you go.
Yeah. Doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I've worked with penguins before. They're more aggressive than you would think.
Really?
Yeah, they have razor sharp beaks.
You were working with the little ones?
Little ones, yeah.
Yeah, they're like okay in the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the one you want.
Yeah,
the emperor penguin or whatever.
So there's animal trainers who have penguins.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck, man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess nobody did their research.
Yeah, it was pretty cute. But I went to like play with it, and the trainer was like, "Don't get your digits will be gone." If like, okay.
I remember like animal trainers are so weird. I remember once when I was on set and it was a pigeon bit, and the animal trainers I'd always met on set before were always like, this is like Brian, he's the goat, like be nice to Brian. They would introduce him and everything.
Yeah.
And so I walked up and I was like, so what's the pigeon's name? And he's like, it's a pigeon. And I was like, oh, pigeon's the real disposable animal on set.
Yeah. Wow.
Because it's not like it's trained or anything. It's just
right.
like it's a wild pigeon.
Yeah. The penguin's name was Pengy. So
Pengy, but it still had a name.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah.
My friend's dad had he trained pigeons. Growing up, like my best friend's dad in high school, like trained and flew. You know how you can just fly pigeons and you with like hand signals
in
and
LA?
shit. Like he did, yeah. In the and then but my friend was like really embarrassed about it, and I didn't know why,
because it's so cool.
And so for the longest time I didn't know that his dad did that, or that there were like hella pigeons in his backyard. and then one day we were like high or something, and he's like, do you want to go look at the pigeons? And I was like, what? And he took me in his backyard, and hidden in his they had a huge backyard. Hidden in the backyard was this enormous pigeon aviary with like all these pigeons. And he's like, my dad just flies them. And that's like a thing. And it's like the coolest thing, because like pigeons are like really smart somehow, right? And like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, they can be trained. That's what Ghost Dog did, right? In the Jarmusch movie, they'd fly around.
Yeah. I think that he did the Ghost Dog thing. Yeah, the goal is to. I found out like the goal for that stuff is to see how high you can get them to go.
Oh,
so you have usually it's like a plastic, like a garbage bag on a stick, and you're like trying to scare them, and they are like circling to come back to where they live, and then you see how high you can get them to go before then they like come back and just go right back in their cage.
Interesting.
Yeah. That is crazy. It's so crazy that he wouldn't want anybody to know. Where in LA?
He's a weird dude. This is like outside LA where I grew up in Pomona.
Okay, in Pomona.
Yeah. How old were you? Because I kind of get a kid not being proud of his dad who plays with pigeons.
We were like in high school. I knew him from he was like my best friend from middle school to like the end of graduation, and I didn't know this until like our junior year of high school.
Wow.
He's got pigeon
He
dad.
kept it for me.
Yeah.
They were weird. Yeah. Yeah. But my favorite bit to do with pigeons is I like to pretend that I see pigeons in Baltimore that I knew in LA.
That's funny.
It was like, oh, what are you doing here? That's so fun to hear. Small bet.
I like to do a thing where it's just like, if you see a pigeon and he's like walking doing something, you're with somebody else, you go, look at this fucking asshole.
That's my favorite thing. I do that with kids. I love doing that with kids. Oh my God, it's so funny. Look at this. It's like the cuter the kid, the better. Like, look at this fucking asshole over here.
My friend Albertina and I, it's really funny to do with any like innocent, beautiful thing. We wanted to make a whole like series of us just making fun of dogs at the dog park. So it would just be like a locked off shot of dogs doing stuff and us just unrelenting. Like we would never be on camera, just unrelenting, like tearing them a new asshole.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Looking around all dumb like dogs do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Look at this plotting golden retriever over here.
Look at this fucking rich kid. I bet you he's an only child. You piece of shit.
Fucking anti-Semite motherfucker.
I bet you he's like cool one-on-one, but he's a dick in groups.
Fucking fake dog.
Yeah, he totally changes. He totally changes in front of the.
I still think it's a good idea. I can't believe we haven't done it.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
What's your wife's name?
What about the proposal?
Lauren Cook.
Lauren Cook. Yeah. How do you meet? Where did you talk about? Do we ask that? Yeah.
We met at a Yola Tango concert.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. I complimented her. She was wearing a stripy shirt and on another date with another comedian.
Look out.
She claims it wasn't a date, and I'm pretty sure it was a date. And I didn't know that, but I like complimented her stripes. She was wearing stripes.
Uh-huh.
And then we realized that we both followed each other on Twitter, and I bought her a drink. And then I thought we chatted for like 20 minutes. She thinks it was like 5. Uh-huh. And then she went back to her date. And then no shit, had never said this to anyone before. As she was leaving, I was with my buddy Eugene and my friend Chris, and I was like, she was leaving and getting into a car with the comedian she came with, and I was like, there goes the girl I'm gonna marry.
Yes.
I said it. I
can't take it.
And she's convinced that I just was like saying that about everyone I was having sex with during that time.
Right.
And the weird thing is I wasn't, because I remember saying it about her and then thinking like, I shouldn't say that because it's going to suck if I like say that again.
Right.
And then I don't marry the person,
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird that shit like happens.
That's happened. I think other people have been in here and said they've said that about it. Although they might be like what your wife was supposing, like maybe they say that about everyone. But yeah, I think a few people have been in here and said right after they met them, they knew.
See, that is the thing, right? It's like they say that it's all that shit about when you meet someone, like in the first 5 seconds, you decide whether or not you like them.
Yeah. And
then all that other stuff about like, your conscious mind never really makes decisions. It's like your unconscious emotional mind that makes the decision. And then your conscious mind is just like generating reasons for why you made that decision.
Yeah.
Right.
That's interesting that maybe it's like just on that base level.
Yeah.
Like something inside you that you're unaware of is like, do it.
Yeah. It's the gut. Yeah. It's that gut feeling. It was Julian McCullough said it. The same thing.
Julian said it.
Oh, interesting.
I think Andy said that too, Richter.
Yeah, very possible. So are you on a date with other comedians? Like you just like, you knew her by proxy or?
No. She was with somebody else at the show.
Just total stranger.
No. He was a comedian. I knew.
So you were with, okay.
No, but I didn't know he was there. So they had come, they were in a different part of the area and I was with my buddies.
Okay. So this is like sort of a straight out like pickup kind of thing, just out of just at a concert.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, straight up pickup.
That's a rock solid meet cute.
Thanks,
that's
buddy.
A fucking rock solid, because it's like Yola Tango's such a romantic band. There's like a couple in the band, and then like your married line. That's the girl I'm gonna marry. Great line.
Yeah.
Said it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I fucking like that.
And then you just stay connected through Twitter. Is that how you follow up on her?
No, I Facebook messaged her, and I realized that what I did was, and she reminded me of this. Real weird move on my part. First Facebook message was just a quiz that I gave her.
Oh my God.
I like sent her like, I thought this would be fun. Like a get to know you
like quiz. A Facebook quiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I read it and I was like, I am such a fucking dork. Like, I don't know why she continued after that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least you like put it out there like from jump. Because like all dudes in all heteronormative relationships, dudes just fucking do that. I did that with the Lakers. Like I make my wife watch Laker games and like we'll fucking quiz her about Laker shit. Like it was in the Big Sick. It was like a huge part in the Big Sick. Yeah. Like dudes just do that. I like that you just like jumped out.
Yeah.
like the senses.
And you both knew that you were both Mirandas in Sex and the City.
Is that true? What's a Miranda?
I don't know. I'm just curious what the quiz was you sent her.
I think it was like a get to know you quiz.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like asking, basic facts and stuff like that. But then the part that Eric, I think, is thinking about is like the last question was, do you like camping? Which was definitely like for me, like a deal breaker at the time. And she doesn't like camping. Do you like camping?
Oh, okay.
Because I love camping, and I've been trying to find someone in my life who likes camping.
I'm sorry that hasn't happened for you.
It's a real bummer.
I camp. Where do you camp? Where do you like to camp? In California?
I just don't go that often. Last time I went I used to go on the East Coast with like a group of friends.
Yeah.
We would always go upstate New York. But now I just I went camping once by myself at Leo Creo in Malibu. Mm-hmm. It was fine.
Yeah.
But it's more of like a party place to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to find some land that I can just camp on, you know, so you can just kind of like have a fire and like be away from people and be in nature.
Yeah.
What about the desert? Like the desert, like around like in like late winter, early spring. Yeah.
I did a camp in Joshua Tree. The desert is beautiful. It doesn't agree with me. Yeah. It just doesn't agree with me. I like water so much, I get panicky. In the desert, especially camping. Where especially like most of those places in Joshua Tree are primitive, so you have to bring in your water. And it's like scary to me.
One little thing goes wrong, you're in a desert.
You're dead. Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah. I've gone up to Big Sur. I've never done the camping like you're talking about, where you pack in, and it's not like a campground with like utilities or whatever. But
I don't like to camp. But Drew loves it. Drew loves camping, and she really wants to go camping.
That's so crazy. That's always so crazy. That's usually the opposite, Eric.
Yeah, why aren't you camping, Eric?
Why don't you like camping? Do you like looking at stars? I bet you do.
I don't. I mean, I do like looking at stars.
See? Do you like making a fire?
I'm such a little like.
You love hotels.
I'm a little, yes, I love hotels more than anything. I would like, that's my idea of a perfect vacation is any somewhat decent hotel room, and we just go in there and hang out. Like, that's it.
I mean, I like hotels too.
Yeah. Gotta get out camping.
If she lets me, if I do mushrooms, I'd probably do it. I mean, I've done camping. I've gone camping before. I just don't. But she loves it. There's like this place in Maryland that it's like an island, and there's like feral horses on it. There's like wild horses on the island.
Chincoteague.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
Have you done
it? Yeah. No. But yeah, and they're not just wild horses. They're miniature.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's right.
Which is so crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like a few horses made it over there and then just kept fucking. And I guess the small ones just made it.
Is it natural, or did people bring them there?
I think they swam over at one point.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what I think the story is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I want to do on Catalina. Have you ever thought about camping on Catalina?
There are campsites?
Well, there's a hike you can do across the island. It's like a 2 or 3 day hike.
Oh, wow.
And you can just pack across it, see all the buffalo that are there. They brought for like old westerns and stuff.
Yeah, and then they just took off.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. Because then that combines everything I like. Because it's boats and water.
There you go.
And an island and camping. Fuck yeah!
And then there's a hot air balloon at the end where you go back to the mainland.
Oh, man, I love that idea.
So she says yes in the grapefruit orchard.
Yeah.
And then you start planning your wedding. You guys pick Ventura because you both like it? So
that's where everybody says. Everybody stays in Ventura, and then like the wedding venue is like 30 minutes away.
Okay.
And it's essentially like on the edge of this field up against this mountain. And it's like one of those like all-in-one places.
Oh, gotcha.
Like you go and it's like everything's there. You get married in one place. It's very gorgeous. Then you like walk down a path, and then you have the cocktails looking over this like huge field up against this mountain. Very gorgeous with like some water features. And then they open up these big doors, and then you walk into a big field, and that's where you have like the reception.
Right. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know exactly what they're doing. And the food was actually really good. And
Oh, they have the catering too?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's what I'm saying, baby.
You know,
that's what we need to do. That's what we need to open up a place like that. I'm telling you,
right?
Like all in one.
But you have to make it right
about it after,
because we looked at a few of them, And they're like, it's so easy to make it cheesy.
Yeah.
It's so easy to make just one slightly wrong move. And it's like, that sucks.
Right. Yeah. Very fine line.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you from? Where is she from? Why did you guys decide on California?
Because we wanted to do it in late September. She just wanted to do it like immediately.
Oh, okay.
Because she just didn't want to have be planning it for a long period of time. Right. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's just do it immediately.
Yeah.
So I asked her in April. We got married in September.
Okay.
And so we wanted to do it late September, and it's just not guaranteed that it would be nice on the East Coast.
Right.
And also, it's like we thought about it. It's like we would do it somewhere in even if we did it, we don't want to do it in New York City. All of our friends were in New York City. Mm-hmm. And so that means they would either have to travel to upstate or have to travel to Jersey. Mm-hmm. And it's like everybody's got to travel no matter what. Might as well just do it in one of the most gorgeous places that just happens to be an hour away from where we live.
Right.
Yeah. And then big ocean and everything like that.
Yeah. If they're going to travel, come to California. I mean, I did the same thing. I found most people from my home were happy to come to LA. It's like a vacation. More than a destination wedding.
Yeah, and everybody got to stay at the beach, so it's like, hey, you get to stay at the beach. That's great.
How involved are you in the wedding planning? Is that something you took too?
Oh yeah, totally involved.
Yeah?
Yeah. There was I think I had some, there was a bunch of weekend shit that I couldn't do because I was doing gigs, but I missed the food. But she was like, the food's good. She went and ate the food,
Yeah.
But yeah, we did all the flowers and stuff. We had lots of arguments about. I wanted it to be no assigned seating because I was at a Southern wedding once in North Carolina where there's no assigned seating. It's just you walk into the reception, the band's already playing, and there's just always food available.
Right.
So the food's already set up and it's always there. And then there's a lot of hors d'oeuvres being passed around. So there's no cocktail hour, then sit down thing.
That's smart.
It's just band is on the fucking moment you walk in, and you can eat when you want.
Everything is on.
Yeah, everything's on.
Was that Rory's wedding?
No, it was my friend Jane Borden's wedding. Yeah,
I think Rory did something like that too.
But I'm sure that he's North Carolina.
Fucking smart. Yeah. That's so smart. That's the way to do it.
And that's what I wanted.
What I would do if I do it again.
And it was just too much. Lauren was just worried about elderly family members just wanting to know that they have a seat.
That's a big thing. Yeah. Just do what everyone else does so I know where I'm going.
Exactly. So then we just did it. We did it so that it's family members had assigned seating and everybody else didn't.
Gotcha.
So family members were we set them up at specific tables, and then everybody else was you sit when you want, eat when you want, dance the whole time.
The food was still already there right when you got there?
Yeah.
That's really smart because that's what most people think. Everyone just has that clock going in their head after the ceremony. All right, we're drinking. I'm getting kind of hungry.
Yeah.
How much longer until we eat, right?
Yeah.
And then are we dancing yet? What are we doing?
I just hate the being called by table for table for food.
Yeah.
It's just I feel like everybody's a human being. We all understand how lines work and shit,
Yeah.
So it's if the line's really long, you're going to be I'll wait a little bit.
Right.
Or you're I don't care. I'm going to get in line.
Yeah.
Instead of having to make people wait at a table and then because you're still in fucking line. It's not like you just walk up and you get food.
Right.
Because some uncle's going to get all fucking antsy and he's going to try to get in the head of the line and then it's going to be an uncle situation. Yeah.
There's usually an uncle situation at most weddings.
But you know what I was interested in the wedding was that I was unaware of almost everything that was happening at the wedding.
Me too. Yeah.
There's I found out later that the night before everybody had this one house had done all these drugs and one of this guy who wasn't even invited to the wedding, he was somebody's date, had brought all these drugs for everybody, and then he had done 5 drugs and then had an overdose. And and then friends of mine were beating on his chest to get him out.
What?
And then I had to stay up with him all night long.
Oh my God.
And then my one friend who is he just does a lot of drugs anyway, but he's just lecturing him all night long. You can do 1 drug. Fine. 2 drugs, cool.
Yeah.
3 drugs, you can do.
Yeah.
You can do 4 drugs. You can't do 5 drugs, man. All night long lecturing the guy.
Wow. So that comes. So that whole experience comes
at somebody else's wedding that you don't know.
Yeah,
you do 5 drugs.
Isn't that crazy?
Hardcore.
That's crazy to go to a wedding of somebody you don't know with 5 drugs.
Mm-hmm.
He brought. It was like it was Molly, K.
Oh my God!
Jesus.
Who does K at a wedding?
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Molly, K, Coke, weed, and then alcohol. So 5.
Wow, he was having a night.
He was having a night. He was having a night of it.
God.
Yeah. And I found this out like days later.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's crazy. Like there could have been someone
dead
ODing
Yeah.
at the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, I've never seen that guy again.
And then everyone who was there and like partying with him brings that into your wedding, but you don't even know about it.
Yeah, I don't know about it.
It's so funny.
Yeah. But then I went
nothing like being in a K-hole when they're cutting the cake.
No, it was the rehearsal dinner, so it was like the night before. But then I got to what was really nice was like woke up early the day of the wedding and went surfing with my buddies and my cousin, and that was like, yeah. And I had a wetsuit from Roustabout when I jet skied, which was a tuxedo wetsuit.
Oh, perfect!
So I could wear a tuxedo wetsuit on my wedding day.
Oh man,
yeah.
That's something I didn't really do, was have like the early morning guys time before the ceremony. Like I told my one friend Colin to come over, and he's perpetually late. So like he didn't show up,
even though he lives a block.
He was less than a mile from me. He was 2 hours late.
Oh no!
To getting to my house, I don't know what he was doing.
So what were you doing? Were you just hanging out?
My brother was there.
Oh,
it was me and my brother, but I don't know. I just didn't really think about it. But that's fun. And
did you drink a lot beforehand?
I think I had a beer. Yeah. Again, I was alone, and then our photographer was there, so for part of it, and then I was meeting my wife for other pictures. So I did have one beer.
You saw her beforehand.
I did.
Yeah. Did you, Eric, see beforehand or not?
Yeah, because we were just like staying in this one house, and we stayed in the house where we got married, and like the week leading up, and then all her girlfriends and all her mom and her sisters all kind of congregated around her in the bathroom, and it was really, really cute, and I just like that's what I wanted for her. And I saw her like getting ready, but then there wasn't so I just like jumped in the pool and took a dip, because all week I was joking about how there's like an Armenian tradition where you have to wash your father on your wedding day, and so I was trying to get my dad to go. I wanted to be like swimming with my dad while people were like arriving, but he's like a huge piece of shit now, and he has no sense of humor, so he didn't want to do it. And then so I was just swimming, and I kind of lost track of time. And
was it just you swimming by yourself? No bros.
I was just taking a dip, You
lost track of time by yourself. That's fascinating.
I did. Floating. And then everybody started showing up and asking me, like, like the caterers were asking me all these questions and all this stuff, and I was like, I gotta get dressed. I gotta get out of the pool. I'm gonna get out of the pool and get dressed. But they were great. The caterers were like incredible. This dude, what is his name? Randall. Oh my God,
where was it?
Was incredible.
Eric was in Palm Springs.
Yeah, Palm Springs.
Did you see your wife before the ceremony?
No, saw her when she walked down the aisle.
And was that her choice or your choice? You both wanted that?
I think we both wanted it, but I remember I thought it would be cool.
Yeah.
So I wish
we did that, actually, in hindsight. I wish we because it's like kind of special and like it pops.
Yeah.
I wish we'd done that.
Yeah, I had some of that. I didn't see, my wife put on her mother's veil and like the whole pomp and circumstance of like, so I didn't see the whole spiel. I didn't see the whole thing put together.
Right. But you saw the veil.
I didn't see the veil.
Oh, okay.
So when she came in, I had not seen the veil.
And you didn't know who it was.
And I was like,
who is this?
Get her out of here. Where's
her
mom? So that sounds like you had a traditional ceremony or no?
Eugene Merman married us.
Oh, okay.
And it was he's so fucking good. It was so funny.
He is.
Yeah. It was so funny and still heartfelt and good and personal.
Yeah.
He did an amazing job.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Like all the photos are of just everybody up there laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you had a bridal party?
Yes. Bridal party and Groomz party. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about a bachelorette party? Did you?
We did together. Well, I did one with my buds in New York.
Okay.
We went to Coney Island. We rented a hotel room downtown Brooklyn, went to Coney Island, and then got Russian food, and then came back and just hung out.
Mm-hmm.
And then she did one in Charleston, South Carolina, with just her like ladies. And then we were gonna do like I was gonna do another bachelor party for my West Coast kids.
Because why not?
And then we got into a huge fight about it because it was like, I was like, so first off, like it is my second bachelor party, but I was like, I'm doing it. And also I invited some women. And she's like, well, now that you're inviting women, it's no longer just a bachelor party. Like we should just do something together.
Right.
And then I was like, well, just come. Then you can just come down. She's like, I'm not going to come to your bachelor party. And so then we got into this big fight about it. She was thinking I was being unreasonable, and I was like, it's a bachelor party. You have to let me do this.
Yeah.
Even though I had already done one.
Yeah.
That was like not in my head about it, you know?
Yeah.
So we like
this is some real Groomzilla shit. Like,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
Because like
that.
I just took a stand. I was like, fuck you. I was like, this is the one thing you don't fuck with. You know, and me never thinking like, I definitely already have it, but I was like, but not with these bros on the West Coast, you know?
Right.
And we got into a real big fight about it. And then finally, like I just I had to like just listen to her and hear what like she was feeling. And it was like, what I realized what she was feeling was she didn't have a lot of like close girlfriends on the West Coast yet, because we had just moved here. But I did, because they were all from New York who had moved out here.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hear. So it's not like you can't really do the same thing here. And so I was like, let's just do it together with all these people we know. Yeah. And so I canceled my Mexico thing because we had like rented this house on the beach.
Yeah.
It was going to be
amazing. You were really treating yourself.
I was treating myself.
Both sides.
That's what you do.
That's what you do. It's a wedding. It's a bachelor party.
Yes.
I mean, also, like the New York one was like, we just went to Coney Island. Yeah. It wasn't like.
I love you're still rationalizing.
But I mean, like, you know, there's dudes who like, I've gone to multiple Vegas bachelor parties, which by the way are the worst.
Yeah.
They're the worst.
Where it's like it's so much fun for the first night, and then the second night you want to kill yourself. Yeah. It's so depressing.
Yeah.
And sad.
Yep.
And you blow. And I remember like spending like when I had no money, spending like $1,500 in a weekend, which was like, and like not having any money to anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So compared to that, very small.
Right.
For all those guys who they live in Brooklyn, so it was like just taking the train. But then so we canceled this one, and then we rented a big party bus.
Mm-hmm.
And it was probably like 20 of our friends. Mm-hmm. And we all took Molly, and then decided it was my idea. I was like, this is going to be great. We'll go to the Hollywood Casino. Because I was like, we want to go gambling. And the Hollywood Casino is the saddest place on planet Earth. It is not a place for fun. Yeah. It is not a place for a party.
Right.
All the lights are on. There's no music. It's just like fluorescent. And it's everyone. It's a Friday night too. So it's like, we're like, the Molly is just kicked in, and we're like dressed up, and we like kick open the doors to the Hollywood Casino and walk in. It's dead quiet. Everyone has just gotten their Friday paycheck, cashed it, and is quietly like spending their paycheck at the casino. Yeah. And we just walked in, and as we were walking in, these girls were walking out, and just look over a friend, go, the vampires are out tonight. About us walking in. And I was like, oh boy. And then we just like got there, and I was like, oh no. And everyone was like, just like, ha ha ha. Yeah. And it was just like, oh, sadness. Yeah. It's like everybody's having a tough time there.
Right. That's too bad.
In the corner, there's two middle-aged, like white, middle-aged white couple playing the island drums.
Oh my god!
That's the
steel drums.
That's steel drums. That's the only music.
What?
They're playing like Kokomo, and we're just like, and then like
that's so surreal.
My first impulse is like, turn around.
Yeah.
And then like, luckily, people talked me out of that.
Yeah.
And we went and played some baccarat for a little while.
Okay.
And then we got on the bus, and then I wanted to go to this like part of the beach like above Porto. If you know where that is, like above Manhattan Beach.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Go down there, have a bonfire, sit on the beach.
Yeah, Dockweiler.
Yeah, Dockweiler.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it was closed. We got there too late.
And closed at 10.
Yeah, so we got there around 10. So then instead we went to Venice, and they just like pulled and dropped stuff. We went swimming in the ocean.
Oh, nice.
And it was fucking great.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's funny. I would have the same instinct you have as to like pull the ripcord on the sad casino. I'm like,
oh yeah, you should.
Yeah.
But we stayed and it was great. Yeah. But it's just like, it's, when like drugs kick in all of a sudden, you're just like, you're in a vulnerable state.
Yeah.
You know?
Casinos are so sad. And especially on people want to talk about how sadness affects you when you're on Molly, because people think that you're just euphoric.
No.
But when you come across some sad shit, it hits you real
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of like the racetrack wasn't operating at the time because it was wintertime, but it was as if we had arrived to a racetrack and like 3 horses were like put down in the first 3 races. Do you know what I mean? Like that was the feeling.
Wow.
Have you ever been at a racetrack when a horse
Michael Jackson died?
What?
That's where I was when I found out Michael Jackson died, and then the whole racetrack found out at the same time, and it was already really, really sad, and then it got way sadder.
You were at that racetrack, or which racetrack?
Hollywood, the Hollywood racetrack, Hollywood Park.
Oh shit! Look at that.
Yeah.
Is that the only time you've been there, or have you gone a lot?
It's the only time I went there because they had dollar dogs that day. A bunch of our friends, me and bunch of our friends went there because they had dollar dogs and dollar beers. So it was like a Tuesday afternoon at the Hollywood Park racetrack.
I remember,
and then Michael Jackson died.
Kyle Kinane and Rachel Olsen like invited a bunch of people, and I was about to go, but I didn't go to Santa Anita racetrack. They get there, they're like, they've come for the first race of the day. They're going to stay all day. They're going to drink. They're going to gamble. It's going to be great. First race, horse falls, gets put down. Second race, horse falls, gets put down. Third race, horse falls, gets put down, and then everyone just left.
God.
Yeah,
it's like if a horse falls, they just shoot it on the fucking field.
That's insane.
They do it right there.
They put a little tent up.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh my God.
That's why that show Luck had to shut down production because PETA was so mad they were killing so many horses.
Holy shit.
And they were shooting at Santa Anita.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that. Yeah. There must be something about that.
I think Santa Anita doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a weird. I used to work at the bar. I told you this on the podcast before, but I used to work at a bar that was right near there. And all the jockeys would come in. All these tiny little jockeys would come in and drink huge Stellas and get fucking mad drunk. And they'd be so
jockeys
angry.
Are nuts, right? Are jockeys like nuts?
Are jockeys
these
nuts? They weren't nuts?
Well, I mean, like, they're so little, it doesn't take much to get them drunk.
Yeah.
And they would drink these huge Stellas and get really mean and angry drunk.
Right.
And so there'd be jockeys in jockey clothes all fucking pissed at me.
They're still wearing the jockey clothes?
Oh, time out,
Come
Eric. On. Your story just jumped the shark. They're not wearing jockey clothes at the bar. They can't, are they?
Sometimes. I mean, like, not the. They would wear their like practice jockey clothes.
Okay.
Like
yeah,
they would.
Oh, they're
like,
jockey warm-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you could tell it was jockey clothes, but it wasn't like the real.
It wasn't
cool,
the stuff where it was like the suit.
Satin. Yeah.
Yeah. So wait, that was at your Santa Anita? Is that near Pomona?
No. This was at what the fuck is that little? It's like the really rich part of Santa Anita. I can't remember what it's called. It's not San Marino. Something like that. But it's like right near. It's like Pasadena adjacent, essentially. Yeah. But it's like it was a British pub, and so they would come in there to drink and watch soccer and shit. And we'd have like race horses, like horse races on TV all the time. It was weird. It was weird.
So did you guys, after you get married, you guys go on a honeymoon?
Yeah, we did. So it actually like timed out. We were going to go to Hawaii because Lauren's cousin has a house on Lanai, and they like offered it to us for like a honeymoon. I was like, yeah, great. Yeah. And then that just happened to coincide with the Maui Comedy Festival, RIP. And I was like, oh, this is great. So we got the comedy festival flew us out. So we didn't have to pay for flights.
Perfect.
And then like I did a comedy festival for 3 days on Maui. And my wife was there and it was awesome. And that was during Halloween. And then we just took the boat across to Lanai and then spent like a week there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You had like a gratis honeymoon, basically.
Yeah, baby. It was pretty great.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm doing a festival in DC later in the month. And I'm like, hey, they're giving me a hotel room. Because we haven't had a honeymoon yet. Let's go to DC and stay in a hotel room.
Eric,
it's like our honeymoon.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Wendy and I do like staycation stuff. She works down in Long Beach and they put her up in a hotel room for like the weekend. She's like, come down, stay in the hotel room, swim in the pool. I'm like, yeah, I'll do that.
Nice.
I'll take a Long Beach vacation.
Speaking of DC, I'm going to be there in September. You should come and do some guest sets.
There you go.
In DC?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would love
Comedy Loft. Have you been there yet?
I just did that with Alan Strickland Williams. It's really fun.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And you're going on tour, right? Aren't you going on tour?
I got a little mini tour in Arizona coming up, July 26th, 27th, 28th, Flagstaff, Tempe, Tucson. And then I'll be in San Francisco at the San Francisco Punchline first week of August. And then last week of August, Jonah Ray and I are doing a little mini tour in Atlanta, in Georgia, Atlanta, and Athens.
Great. Perfect. Cool. So just to wrap things up, it sounds like you guys had a pretty flawless experience with your wedding ceremony. Is there any advice you want to give anyone who is stressing about their own, some secret to success?
It's the thing is like, don't worry about it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I was shocked at how wonderful it was.
Yeah.
I was like, the day was like, at the end of the day, like I hadn't really drank that much. I had taken no drugs, and I was like, I stayed up till like 5 a.m. And I was like, I feel like I'm on drugs. I feel like I'm on like Molly or something, because it's just so full of love.
Yeah, natural high.
You see everybody you like, and it's just like this natural high. It's going to be great.
Yeah, perfect. All right, well, thanks, Kurt. Eric, you got anything before we go?
That was perfect. Thank you, Kurt.
Bye-bye, baby.
All right, that was Kurt Braunohler. That was perfect.
Isn't he the best?
That was exactly what I wanted.
He's like Willy Wonka, kind of. Isn't he like, he has like Willy Wonka-ish ideas?
I sort of know you. Well, yeah, he does. He's out there. He's eccentric in a lot of ways.
He's a thinker.
He's a thinker.
He's a thinker. He's a rascally thinker. That's what I love about him.
Yeah.
Rascally thinker.
He's a rascally thinker. Eric, before we go, I want to bring something up because we sort of buried the lead here as far as Los Angeles news and NBA news this week, and your Lake show and your Lakers. You got anything you want to say?
We got him.
Yeah, you got him.
We got him. I didn't think it was going to happen. He did it though, and I can't stop smiling about it. I get goosebumps right now. I cried when I found out. I was like obsessively on my phone for literally like 3 days in a row. And then Drew, my beloved, tall, strong husband, she was like, we got to go to the grocery store. And I was like, I'm going to leave my fucking phone. I'm going to leave my phone and maybe something will happen. If I leave my phone, I go to the grocery store, something will happen. Go to the grocery store. Oh, side note, I saw a fucking MAGA hat in the wild.
Good. It's good to see him. It's good to look at those people in the eye.
This piece of shit. I didn't know he was wearing a MAGA hat until he left because he was wearing it backwards. And then I watched him walk out of the grocery store. I said, fucking, oh man. Anyway, so we get back home and I just have like, you and producer Brett had texted me. So you guys are actually the ones that broke the news to me.
Oh, that's surprising. You always
be the ones that broke the news.
That's great. I would have assumed you had already spoken to Dave Schilling.
I go and I see my phone
CJ.
And I had Dave Schilling and Chris Garcia, who are former guests on the show, who are my big Laker guys.
Yeah.
And so they had a bunch of texts for them, but the first text that I looked at was a text from you and Brett. And I went to Twitter and I saw the fucking tweet and I cried a little bit. I cried a little. I just love him so much and I wanted it so bad. Yeah. And then it happened.
And a 4-year contract, no less.
Yes.
4 years.
Yes. And he did it for his family. Like, he did it because his family wanted to fucking post up somewhere. Bronny wants to go to fucking high school in L.A. Savannah, his wife, loves L.A. And Brentwood, their huge mansion.
Yeah.
And so he did it for his family. And, like, I, like, left L.A. kind of for my family. And so...
Yeah.
one of us being in LA, either me or LeBron being in LA, is very, very reassuring.
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm not going to be in LA, if I'm not going to be in LA, because I love LA so much.
Yeah.
Let the king be there.
Yeah.
But then I had to I didn't have to, and Drew, my husband, she wants to specify that I didn't have to, but of my own volition, I was like, just to be clear, I was happier on our wedding day than I am today. I had to say it though. I felt that I had to say it.
Yeah.
Just to make it clear.
Yeah.
And she was like, and her response was, "Thank you so much for saying."
Yeah. That's funny. Well, congratulations. Yeah, I'm really happy for you. I'm happy for my wife, lifelong LA girl, Lakers fan.
Fuck yes. Yes.
And is it okay?
Shout out, Wendy. We did it.
I'm going to jump on this bandwagon if that's okay. I love everything LA. I'm not a diehard Lakers fan. I'll be the first to admit that, but
I told you there's no such thing as a Lakers bandwagon. It's a conga line, baby. It's a conga line. It's not a bandwagon. Grab somebody's hips and fucking let's do this.
All right. Well, let's end it there. That's perfect. Eric, good talking to you. I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Dan. I love you, LeBron. Bye.
I love you, Eric. Bye.
Forever Dog.
This has been a Forever Dog production. Executive produced by Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey. For more original podcasts, please visit foreverdogpodcasts.com and subscribe to our shows on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Keep up with the latest Forever Dog news by following us on Twitter and Instagram @ForeverDogTeam and liking our page on Facebook.